Kamen Rider Gavv meets Kamen Rider Build. The story starts with Shuma opening his eyes, waking up to find himself in a ruined hippo-bear, shocked and concerned of what happened, until he went outside to find the whole city in ruins. He soon finds out from a newspaper reading that human-eating monsters and an army of monster Kamen Riders have kidnapped a lot of people and killed them. Seeing it to be the Granoots and his clones Dark Shuma as Bitter Gavv's doing. Horrified by this, Shuma looks around Japan and sees Hanto kinda taking care of the homeless, as he explains to Shuma that the latter's family have started a war in Japan and finally dominate it as their kingdom. And what's worse is that Sukikamon got turned into a human press and killed by a Granoot, making him enraged over this. He takes Shuma to the resistance where they find Reiki and Amarga with them, who reveals to Shuma that the Stomach family will continue to bring casualties towards the people if they don't obey to their will and eat dark snacks, resulting in turning into human presses and kill them in a quick second. Shuma couldn't believe this to be true, just until a bunch of Bitter Gavv invade the resistance base, resulting in the three boys transforming into Kamen Riders Gavv, Valen, and Vram to stop them, which the Pudding Rider thought he destroyed those copies inside Kenzo Suga's lab. However, they get beaten by Shuma's clones just as they were about to kill more of the homeless, until Kamen Riders Build, Cross, and Grease arrive to prevent them. After getting rid of the Bitter Gavvs while the remaining ones retreat, Sentokura, Build, Ruga Banjo, Cross, and Kazumi Sawatari, Grease, reveal to the Gavv Riders that the Stomach family made a deal with the Vault, who somehow revived into Gavv's world, to bring war on humanity. The three arrived to prevent him from doing so, but failed as Japan was already taken over in one day. Just then, the Stomach family and Vault revealed to the public around the world through TV screens that they are going to bring the Granoots, the Bitter Gavvs, agents, and Faust Guardians to other countries to do the same to the people if they don't follow their rules. The three Gavv Riders were angry by this, as the three Build Riders told them how they deal with a Vault and the military Faust in their world that have the same war theme. After that, they look at the Gavv Riders' transformation belts. Shuma's Gavv and Hando and Reiki's Vrastumgra to be similar to Sento and Banjo's Build Drivers and Banjo and Kazumi's Clash Drivers because of the levers, calling it like plagiarism according to Banjo that the Build Riders came in before the Gavv Riders. Despite this, they're still happy that they can team up and stop the family and Vault's war campaign. The next day, the six riders went out to the city to put an end to those villains' domination for good, transforming to defeat the army and reach to Vault to prevent him from sending them to the countries on Earth. Vault sees this and decides to make a visit, as he and Dark Shuma as Vault's loyal servant went out to confront the six and transform into Kamen Rider Evol and Bitter Gavv, which Build explains to Gavv that the Evol driver is a dark retool to the Build driver, as the Bitter Gavv is the dark counterpart to Shuma's Gavv. Valen in his Frappe form and Cross-Z in his Cross-Z charge form battled the Bitter Gavvs for a power-up attack, while Vram and Grease crushed those Gavv dark counterparts into bits, each of those four riders using the tertiary riders' original belts, defeating both Gavv and Build. Evol and Bitter Gavv explain that everyone will have no choice but to follow the company's rules in order to survive, and that they deserve humans to become more poor than Granoots and other races. However, Gavv will not let that happen to the countries of the world, and that he will make the two and his older siblings pay for bringing terror to Earth, much to Build's agreement. Magically unexpected, a new gachutsu in the shape of a candy jar appears for Gavv to use, making him and the others amazed upon this as that rider uses it to transform into his overmode form, battling against the two Dark Riders with great power, before flipping the gachapon that changes the form from overmode to master mode for extra power. Build joins in his Build Genius form and together with Gavv defeats Evol while Bitter Gavv explodes to his death. Before Evol disintegrates, he tells the riders that they have no chance against the Stomach Company who already sets the Bitter Gavv army to the countries of the world. But the six riders explain that they will defeat them and save the people whatever it takes, and will stop the family's plan once and for all. The six then get confronted by another army of Bitter Gavvs as those hordes charge at Gavv by shouting his name. But it was actually Sukikamon who calls Shuma's name, and that the latter have been asleep in a dream all along, as the young man tells his dream to the owner of Hippo Bear. To which Sakika says that new form of his will come to reality soon, but we'll forget about that until that new power comes. Sakika, who came to the shop and saw Shuma still asleep like a heavy sleeper, says that they got a job to do, resulting in her and Shuma to continue spreading love and peace around Japan for new happy memories to come.